Hello, and welcome back to Primitier. Third episode in which you hear my voiceover and not the game itself. And if you think I can remember what I said here, I have no idea. Because this is in between. I remember how I began, I remember how I ended. But the in-between is kind of spongy, to be honest. So, I think we're just jumping straight in. This is some cleanup, because we're dealing with more trees. I don't quite know why I have those logs here. Those planks, sorry. But let's put them aside for now. So, what is he doing? Right now, I'm just as excited as you are. We're trying to get rid of the leaves. Because so many huge trees generate so many huge leaves. And the reason I cut them up is to get them out of the way of any potential tree around. So that's what we're doing. Yep, this doesn't really quite lift. So let's use both ends. Wonderful. Relaxing. A big pile of leaves. I don't know why I don't cut it first and then move the pieces. But here we are. And now I realize... Oh no, I'm still moving. And now I realize, hey wait, there's not really a tree around, right? So how about we just move the thing itself? The closest to this pile of leaves is the apple tree. It's not really that close. So it didn't really matter if we cut them up or not, but it does look fine, doesn't it? Let's ignite it. I said let's ignite it. Okay, nice. That's a good fire. Imagine having the eggs lying around there. So it's pretty close, but it doesn't look like it will catch fire. Luckily enough, we don't have quite the wind system here, so that's not a problem. Something I want to do? Oh, next is this tree. We want to leave this tree for the end, for the acorns on top of it. So this one will be the next. And it has to, it has to fall towards the beach, because we don't want it to fall towards the fire. Whoop! And I think this is the moment I realized, hey, this song sounds familiar. I've heard it before. Where did I heard it before? And it took me some thinking, which why is it stuck? Why is it stuck in there? Okay, I have no idea what was going on there. But okay. So, I realized, oh yeah, wait, I remember. I've heard this song before on YouTube. Of course, it's free license, so this is unavoidable, I guess. And oh my god, if you can remember the... if you know space engineers and actually know where this can be heard. It's a nice time lapse and oh my god, I want to watch it again. I was questioning at the moment, I guess. Wait, maybe not in this moment. Maybe this is not the time the song came up I'm thinking about now, but every time it played after that, I realized. Because I was kind of hyper fixated. So we can't really get the log to fall, and I need it to fall to be able to cut it up. So let's try to make it fall. And in terms of the music and everything, I am not sure if I should talk about other YouTubers on my stuff, but no, this is my playground. I can do whatever I want here. Haha. And other things I said, which I can't remember right now. It's hard to juggle between the things I am thinking right now and the things I want to replicate what was actually supposed to be in the video. And am I moving the piece or am I moving myself? I'm moving myself. And this is not working. So I need another idea. And the idea is, hey, let's get not this flimsy piece of wood, but the other log. And while we do that, I've been thinking about Space Engineers actually. It's a nice game, I played it a lot, but in terms of let's play, I don't think it's a good idea. Because it's such it's so open-ended. And you might argue, wait a second, Primitier is just as open-ended as Space Engineers. And while yes, Primitier are just as much a sandbox as Space Engineers is. Wait a second, the tree fell! I don't even need that log anymore. Oh, great. As much as they are similar, you can do more different stuff and try out different stuff in Primitier, while Space Engineers feels a lot the same. So at most, I would do it as a streaming game if I ever come around. But the preparations to stream are so hard. I want it at some point, maybe. I'm not giving any promises here. It's more my internal drive to actually do it at some point. And yeah, I can't really right now because I want at least a PNG tuber. Not even a 3D model or anything, not even a 2D model, just something. Because forget about the camera. I'm not doing that. I don't think that I'm pretty worth being shown off. So let's have a cute mascot. But that needs work, like design and actually getting it. Oh my. So I don't see streaming in the near future, but something like Space Engineers and a few other games. I'm thinking hard about this topic. They're on the backlog. Don't worry about it. Speaking of log, we're on to the next cutting session, which I'm much more scared about because now that we've got it going, I really want to do it right. But I'm scared I won't do it right. We're not really hitting the mark anymore, do we? So how about we change things up? It's quite unconventional, I must admit, but you can laugh at this. It doesn't look like an X anymore, but look at how much... Oh, it's actually 2 pieces now, and... yeah, perfect! It's just as we want it to be. A little bit of the 5th ring still on the middle part. And the same should be applicable here. Yeah. Perfect! Look at how well it's going. Oh, we do have a mishap here and there, but most of my hits, yeah, perfectly down the line. Is it 2 pieces? It is 2 pieces now, and it's perfect. That's just how we want it. So I'm putting this aside so we can actually cut up the log even more. Oh, I like the music. And I can just cut it up like this. With the middle part, I'm not too scared because I need 2 cuts, so I only have to hit 1 of them. But this is too low. Why is it too low? This is more like it. Not this. Oh, it's already 2 pieces and it's good. Now we just have to cut the upper part. To get out the plank again. So now I'm quite scared that I won't realize that I cut a piece out, because sometimes they blend in so well together, then you hit 1 time and the weaker piece doesn't really show and the weaker piece gets destroyed. I tried to position the upper log to make it easier for myself to cut, but it snapped in a weird way I didn't really want, so I just gave up on it and continued this way. And now I'm checking each cut, which is way too scary. Oh, now it cut. Perfect, we've got a plank. So now you know what comes next, the transportation. Yeah, reminiscent about that it's not really looking like a log anymore. And I come to the idea that, hey, let's cut this up and put it to the fire before the fire burns out. It's not too hard to start a fire, but no. Hey, kind of to the beat of music. Not too bad. And the fire is off. I took too long. But actually that's a good thing, as we can see later on. But I'm spoiling my own let's play? Yeah, it's not too bad. It's not that big of a deal here. Also, just generally saying something's good, something's bad, is it really that bad of a spoiler? Like if you will tell me, hey, that movie is very bad, you have told me nothing about the movie itself. I'm just piling up. No reason to be so precise about it. I just felt like it. There's so many leaves generated each time you fill a tree. Getting rid of them is the most work, I feel. Oops, yep, a few are over. We just put them on top. That's enough. So two more goings and we have it. The head is a little bit dizzy now. Oh, coming from a full recording session and doing yet another recording is something I really don't want to do again. Huh? What is he thinking about? Yeah, you've got a hand? That's cool. Huh? I have no idea what I said there. No plan at all. Could have been anything. Can't move the log for the plank for some reason. And believe me, I'm trying. Okay, now we're rolling. Perfect. And I do like the windmill in the background. I just want to keep it and just get rid of the drones on it. What I could do is just cover up the drones. Like have a shield in front of me and move one of something like a cap into position. So the thing is, we can't really connect this plank to the others because we have to see... No, not we have to see. We have to get the floor inside of there. Because it's already too complicated to get the floor in two directions. Jamming it into like into a hole will be near impossible. I think that's what I'm... Yep. Jamming it right in. Yep, that's what I'm explaining there. So, do we get the floor part first? It seems like. Let's see if we can move this without a bearing, and it seems to... Oh, you did not see anything. I'm just gonna move it. And now there's friction against the tree, so let's get a little bit distance in there. And it's slow, but it worked. Up. Well, so much about it working. Alright, I was checking the kilogram amount. I didn't really see what it was. And I can't go back because I would need to sync up the whole recording thing again, so we just deal with it. Now, where's the bearing? I swear I put down a bearing somewhere around here. Do you remember where I got my bearing? It has to be here somewhere, right? Right? Yeah, remember when I told you to remember the bearing? It wasn't here at all. I don't know why I remember it being around here. Also, we should keep the planks around because they are actually equally sized. And you know how much I love my equal size. So yeah, let's put them all on a good pile. And now where's the bearing? I swear it was around here. Well, I can't find it. Before I search much longer, let's just get another one. Wait, alright, this is where I got my bearing. I don't know why I remember it was over there, because it was over at the house all along. Oh yeah, I was thinking if I can have my headset higher, because it always records in a lower point of view for some reason. So sometimes all you see is floor, while I try to talk about something that's in the sky. Yeah. I always forget about that and only ever realize it when I look up. I hope it's not that big of a problem. So, we're having another floor in here. Just watch out to not damage anything else. And easy. Oh, we are having it the wrong way around. The dark side is on the grass. Oh, now I can't reach the axis. Don't know why. Sometimes the game is just Yankee like that. Oh god, the string you have when you look down. I don't know how to deal with that, how to make it better, because the camera, it seems like it's not really connected to your head. It's kind of down in front of your head, looking down, and the reason I say in front of your head is because the rotational axis of your head, of the camera here, is behind the camera. So it's not rotating around its own camera body. Oh, that's not good. But around my neck, which is behind it. That's even worse. Let's not do that again. So yeah, it looks really bad if I look down. Everything else is pretty okay so far, because you kind of have a similar viewpoint to me. It's just really when I look down and when I talk about stuff that's up. Oh wow, that was quick. That was good. And it looks good. I like it. For now. Ooh, foreshadowing. Oh, what does the timer say? Timer says, we're halfway. I'm so glad I can look it up now. So we have 2 more pieces. So we did 1 floor piece. Why not just continue with another one? So with the same logic of the bearing being bigger, we connect it like this, get the bearing inside. And if you're questioning how this actually works, if I haven't explained it before, bearing and axis are 2 different parts that are connected. So they're on a spring, always following each other. And if you pocket something inside of one of those bubbles and grab the same thing again, it's out of the pocket. So the pocket has a carry capacity of 80 kilograms, I think it was, while your hand, and now don't let me get this wrong, has a carry capacity of 40. So if you put something inside of your hand, you can lift up 40 kilograms. If you use two hands, you can lift up 2 times 40, which is 80. If you put something in your pocket, it can lift up to 80 kilograms. And now you would think, okay, if I have something in my hand and in my pocket, I would have 80 from the pocket and 40 from my hand, which, yes, is right. The problem is that in on itself, it doesn't work. Because as soon as you grab something from the pocket, it's not connected to the pocket again until you release it into the pocket. So you either have the 40 or the 80. To circumvent this, you use the bearing. And since the bearing and the axis are connected, you will put both of them in the pocket, which will always be connected. But the other part, which is technically in the pocket but not connected to the pocket, will be connected to what you're grabbing. And since it's not directly connected to the pocket, it won't be released from it. Because if you have the axis on the plank and pocket the bearing, not the axis, technically you can't unpocket the axis because it's not in your pocket. It's just connected to something in your pocket. In this specific spring way. And yeah, that's how it works. That's how you can combine the 80 and the 40. And if you grab it with both hands, you have 160 kilogram you can carry. But those planks are heavy. They're like... I guess the small ones here I measured, those are around 250. Which is why I can barely move... No, wait. Why can't I move them? Well, I can't really lift it, I'm more dragging it. The carrying stuff I said was about lifting. And I'm not able to lift the whole plank. Smaller parts, yes, but that's weight distribution, that's a whole other topic. So, how do we want this wall to be? Because this will be the side wall. And the thing is, we can have it like in the back, diagonal, but then we have this like 5 centimeters or something that is sticking out and not really flush with the floor anymore. So we won't need a line in front of the floor. So another... Oh, that is bad. Yeah, you know what? At this point, let's not deal with the plank anymore and let's get some repair material. I damaged the wall good. I still can feel the panic here. Oh, it's nice seeing everything built. Let's get what? Nah, you know what? Let's get both. I still have a lot of sulfur and rubber. I mean, what did I mean? Yellow slime and rubber, which we have a lot of. There you can see it. And in here, let's repair stuff. Oh my god, it shrank. But look at those numbers. You know what that means? Everything connected repairs. So that means when the full house is finished and you just connect a piece of repair material to it, the whole house gets repaired. I don't know if stuff on the bearing works this way. We still have to test this. I didn't do this because I was hyper fixated on the house at the time. But maybe we will find out. So, how am I doing this? Here I'm explaining why I'm not immediately putting it down, because I have no idea how. If we have it flush, we won't be able to continue with the floor line. If we don't, we will need an extra piece. So the easiest way to deal with this is just to connect it to the side there. Now, what am I doing? I'm getting this over. Realizing that it's way too steep and I'm moving. Realizing that there's a whole piece of wood in my way, so I'm just rolling it because I don't want to deal with the bearing right now. I can't bear those bearings. Oh well. So now we just move it a little bit. And hopefully this will be alright. Let's see what happens if I snap it. Perfect! Perfect! Hey, look at that, it worked! And it's looking quite good actually. Now I wonder, can I do the same with this and move it along? I don't know, it does look good here. I don't know if it will have the same effect here. But I mean, it's not the worst idea, so we could get it over. Am I doing it? I don't know. Well, I do know, but at the time I wasn't too sure. Let's try it. Okay, it's not perfect, but honestly it does work. It has some charm to it. Oh, I realize something right now. I don't know what I'm talking about here, so let me just tell you my thoughts right now. Because we have these logs around here. Wait, let me explain this for a moment. We have those logs here, and my thought is they would go to waste if I don't use them in any capacity. So why don't we cut them up? They have the perfect 5 ring limit. They just don't have the middle part. Don't know what I was doing there. So what we're doing now is we cut up the pieces there and have them the right size and try to build with them. And I'm gonna spoil it right now so I can talk about it. We're trying to build the second layer on top of the first. So can I move it around? I can. So let's cut it right here right now. I know where to, and I can straight up start. Oh, sorry for that. It's getting a little late. I didn't plan to do this all. Oh, yep, this is perfect. This is just how we want it. So the same. Oh no, we're first doing this. Okay. And what I realized right now, after the recording, is you know how log cabins usually have the corner pieces overlapping, so that you have this left right from the walls? We could have a similar effect here. Well, we don't have round pieces, and therefore the whole surface looks a little bit too smooth, as you will see in just a moment. With the corners, if we switch around the outside. What do I mean by that? I mean, how do I explain that? Okay, right here, another thing. If you try to grab the bubbles, you still are able to force grab something with a blue line. So if I have my hand down and still grab the bubble, I am also grabbing the plank. Weird that it works this way, because it's getting really confusing. But, well, who am I to judge? So, we will see how I try to perfectly align this. Oh no, that means I made a mistake. Okay, so the thing is, I tried to perfectly align this with the one I had before. But what if we stagger it? What if this doesn't end where the one below ends, but it actually ends on top of the long plank there? You know what I mean? So we kind of get this overlapping a little bit. Just yoink it away. I don't want to deal with the bearing anymore. I just want to get this on top. Easy enough. Oh. Yeah, this doesn't work. So, change of strategy. As we didn't really do anything, we're getting this on top. Luckily we have the small hill, so we do have some leeway. Nice, nice and easy. And now we wanna turn this around. But now I have to watch out because I don't want it to slip off on the side. Which means I need to stabilize the very end on the plank. Like this. And just drag it along for the ride. Which is more complicated than it sounds because we have a lot of force on the whole plank and it's heavy. So yeah, pulling it is not easy. Okay, now I just have to move slowly. Because it's perfectly aligned. You can see those legs working. And it's getting scary if I try to really push, but still want to do this fine movement. It's not really working. So, change of strategy. Ooh, that's no way to go through. I don't want to push the I don't want to push the log off. And it's exciting to watch. But it's getting there. Do you see how the wall looks by now? It really gets. We're really getting there. And now I wonder if I actually did a mistake, because this is perfect. If we wouldn't push this all the way through, like we're doing right now, but if we have it a little bit in the back, which means that on one hand here, why did it do it this diagonally? I told you the snapping is weird today. Very weird. Okay, we could have the side piece, the side plank on the second row. Go over this, and on the back, we could have the plank we now place on the second layer. Have a little bit to the back, over the sideways down plank. It would be so easier if I could show you right now, but I'm talking over this. I have no control over what I'm doing here. But I'm gonna keep this in mind until the next recording session to see if that would actually make a nice pattern. So let's get this out of the way so we don't have to deal with it. Nah, would you? Wonderful. So, do I want to get rid of this? Oh, I'm cutting this down as well. Alright, 5 layers. You know the drill. Well, more of a saw blade than a drill, but you know the tool. And it's alright. Oh, it's already to pieces, as you can see. And did it cut good? Oh, it did. Didn't I miscut this? Well, it seems like even my memory is starting to fade, which is why I'm doing this recording so soon. Even though my voice doesn't really want any more. Here, just pull it over a little. I'm gonna do that. Yeah, let's not clash those pieces against each other. And the way I try to move it up I don't know what I expected, but that was surely not the way it was supposed to work. First, let's repair it. Look. And the reason the slime, the repair gel, got so small the first time around was because it was repairing so many different materials which were damaged. It wasn't just from one plank. Can you move it up? I tried to play around with the snap function, as you can see, and it always just wants to have diagonally. Yep, alright, this looks... yeah, you know what? I wish I could have my hand underneath that, or my knee, or anything to heave it up. That would be so great. It's like an instinct, like doing this in real life. And you know what? Yep, this is great. We can deal with this. This is fine. And I can have it on top. Oh no, it fell. Oh no, it didn't fall. It... You can see, you can hear the annoyance. Why did it do that? Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah. Not sure I worked out how the snapping works. What is he doing? I know, sometimes I disassociate myself and use the third person. But sometimes I feel that disassociated, like, what is the plan here? I guess I just gave up and want to use a bearing now? I can't grab my bubble? Oh, and we have this song again. I know perfectly well that I mentioned it right here, right now. Because after that first playing, I realized it every time. Because it is one of those songs that made me nostalgic. And I actually have the power right now. Give me a moment. Right, you can see anything that's going on my desktop anyway. This so I can sync up with the gameplay. Search Pavkin Music Summer Adventure. I love this track. Is it? Wait, is it Summer Adventure? It's Summer Adventure. So now it's overlapping and it would be so much easier to just cut it off on one end and place it on the other. But actually no, it wouldn't. So let's drag this as much as we can. Aye, perfect. How does it? Oh, it's over a little bit. The reason is it snapped to this part, to the log on the top, which didn't happen on the bottom part where it snapped to the ground. So we have two different snapping points for the one on top and the one below. That's alright, I don't want to deal with this. So that's how we do it. Now, looks pretty fine, right? It doesn't really have a contrast. It would have much higher contrast if we would have the bottom side up, which is the dark outer part of the tree, if you can remember. And should I switch them? Do I have the time to switch them? And you see the time, so you know the answer. He's just thinking if it's a good idea. But I know better. And he's tearing apart the floor. And he's blinded, because there's a big white number. It's kind of a flashbang. All that's missing is the tinnitus in your ear. Is that what it's called? The ringing in your ear? Oh, he turned it around and you can see it's the dark side. You just have to roll them. No need to be so extravagant with it. And 2 more pieces. And by now, I kinda know how to move them. So it should be pretty easy to get these into the corner. Looks pretty interesting. And it's funny because your point of view will be slightly different to my point of view right now, because I'm viewing the raw footage, which I always have a little bit brighter in the end recording. Sometimes to varying degrees depending on the episode and what I'm doing inside of it. And the reason is the game is so dark at nights, and it feels like at some nights it's even darker. So what I'm doing... let's get those out of the way. So what I'm doing is having the days brighter, yes, but also the nights, which would mean that you can at least see what I'm doing. And right now, seeing this footage, I wonder if I actually have to do that, because I can see perfectly well. Just in the program I use for cutting, it looks weird. I do like the bubbles. Having them up there is actually very beneficial, because sometimes I use them accidentally and I only want to use them when, well, I have a use for them. And since I'm not always looking up, they're pretty well up there. Oh, and they're... oh, I now know how to do it. They're fitting together well. And you can already see how the contrast looks so much better. What's the... why can't I move it? Piece by piece, 1 centimeter at a time. Alright. Wonderful. Oh, seems like they're not perfectly even. But it's such a small distance that honestly, you can't even see it most of the time. We don't really have to think about it. It looks more natural this way anyway. Oh, already damaging the whole floor again? He's trying. You can see him try. You can see those legs moving. So now, how to get it to the side? And it seems to be working. I wonder? No, not really. What's the problem? I honestly can't tell. Oh, maybe it's the friction to the other part, and... this should work. Oh, come on. Oh. The thing is, I still have... wait, oh, let's push it down, and it worked. Okay, connected. Yep, just connected. Perfect. Look at... oh my god, it looks so good on flat. Oh, I love how it looks. Now, if we would cut these up into smaller pieces and have them... what would you call it? Have them in a pattern? So not next to each other, but next to each other with some being more forward. But that would be too much for me. I like how it's going right now. It's simplified, it doesn't take too much time, and it works. What more would you want? And it's looking fairly good. I have no idea how it will look in the... oh, look at those trees popping up. With me being just at the right distance to render them in. Yeah, this will work. I don't know what I'm talking about here. I have the feeling it's about how many trees we need. Oh yeah, I was thinking to myself, there are 2 options for me actually to do. The first one is to Oh, my concentration is fading. The first option is to skip the building episodes a little bit, like doing a little bit of building and doing another episode, doing a little bit more of building, doing another episode, or if I just show the whole building process like I've been doing for the whole time here. And I haven't decided yet because I just came out of the whole recording session. So I was basically asking you, what do you think about this? Do you have a specific opinion? I'm now after the recording session, I'm not going too hard on the questioning anymore because I kind of decided to just do the whole thing. Because the moment it comes out, it's a little bit of a drag to just wait and see around episode after episode. But these videos will be around for a long time, so in a year, not even in a month, when more episodes are out, you have the option to either skip or just watch the whole thing. Which, if I would just decide to skip a few episodes and build on my own, you wouldn't have the choice. So it only matters afterwards. Oh, I said my goodbye. Well, bye bye.